I wanted to talk about Diatomaceous Earth for getting rid of fleas and worming cats and dogs and other animals. Watch until the end and I will provide links to other videos with demonstrations for using Diatomaceous Earth. Link for Diatomaceous Earth and recommended dosage lists for dogs and cats are in the description below. Some people recommend not to put it on the dogs or cats because they say it will dry out their skin. I've been using it myself for years for getting rid of fleas and deworming, and I know a lot of people do use it on the fur, and I've used it no problem. And it's gotten rid of the fleas. It's really good for getting rid of worms. Very good for getting rid of worms. Pretty much as soon as puppies are on solid food, I start to deworm them and their mother. Kittens the same. You can often tell by their larger bellies that they need to be dewormed. I've had several litters over the years and it works. Easy peasy. Diatomaceous Earth is basically small little shells that are sharp like glass, but too small to harm our skin or insides if eaten, so that it goes in and cuts the worms up, or in the case of fleas when they walk over it. You only want to use food-grade Diatomaceous Earth. For getting rid of fleas, you rub the Diatomaceous Earth onto their fur. The fleas will walk over the powder, which will cause cuts in their exoskeleton so that they dry out and die. It does not cut the dog or cat, although you do not want them or you to breathe it into the lungs. Recommend wearing a mask when applying, which is why people will usually apply outside, or as I like to do, in front of a gently blowing fan, so that their nose is facing into the fan and the fan is blowing away from their nose. It can be applied to their bedding to get rid of the newly hatched fleas, although not too thick so that it causes big old dust clouds. You do want to treat their bedding and other places they frequent, such as couches, carpets, floors, and yard. If you don't treat the environment with the pet, they can easily get reinfected. It is recommended to leave the Diatomaceous Earth and the environment for even up to a week before vacuuming up, although they usually recommend 24 to 48 hours. Though people usually recommend 24 to 48 hours and reapply once a week for a few weeks. Fleas have a short life cycle and you'll need to keep the Diatomaceous Earth on your pet so that they die before they can reproduce. So daily application would be needed, if not twice a day, especially if they are active. Although, as talked about before, some have reported it drying out the animal's skin. Adjust usage according to your animal. I have not seen the problem with any of my animals. It is not effective at killing the eggs, so the powder needs to stay on the animal to catch the hatched fleas until their life cycle is broken and all the eggs hatch and fleas killed. How many days can depend on how infected your environment and animal are. It can kill the fleas in 4 hours. For worming, I just like to mix it in with the food. It causes cuts in the worms and so then they release and get passed through the body. You want to do this every day for 14 days straight. You do not want to cut it shorter than 14 days because you do not want to leave partially chopped up worms inside your pet's body. Yuck. You want to make sure it has the full time to do its work and clean your pet's inside from all the worms. Recommended dosages is in the description below, as well as a link to get the food grade Diatomaceous Earth. You can click on the video link for demonstrations and further uses of Diatomaceous Earth, or click the playlist of Diatomaceous Earth videos.